Hi guys, this is Yu. Welcome to the channel. Today we are looking at the all-new Volkswagen Amarok. This particular Amarok variant is the Amarok PanAmericana, so the second top spec, so to speak. The drivetrain is the top spec V6 3-liter turbocharged diesel engine. We're gonna have a quick look around first, then we're gonna take it for a test drive. It's a little bit windy outside, so I do apologize for the sound quality. Let's power this off. From outside, this is very similar sort of chassis or base compared to the Ford Ranger. We're gonna mention Ford Ranger a lot today. At the front, we have full pair of Matrix LED headlights. Looks very cool. It's gonna be very bright in the day-night. And we have the silver chrome bars overall. Nice new Volkswagen logo, 360 view camera, plus plastic underneath. So overall, very aggressive looking car for sure. On the side, we have 18-inch alloys on the PanAmericana plus standard AT tires. These will help you with off-road and muddy road situations, things like that. On the side, we have a sticker that says PanAmericana overall. Underneath, you get the standard step board. At the back, on the top, we have roof bars, which is silver color. By the back, black roof rails or black sports bars in between. Overall, the design language, it has a lot modern features, modern look compared to the last generation Amarok, and definitely looks a lot more advanced overall. LED tail lights at the back, full motion as standard on all the Amaroks that sold in New Zealand. The load space at the back is pretty much identical to a Ford Ranger, where you can see. And we have standard tow bar, which is gonna tow 3.5 ton in New Zealand. Behind the seats, we have full leather finish and bronze contrast, bronze stitchings here and there, so it makes it a little bit cooler or a little bit less boring compared to full black. At the back, I do get a good amount of leg room, surprisingly, good amount of headroom. The sitting position is a little bit straight up, like this, but it's not as bad as the last generation. I remember on the last generation, it's really awkward sitting at the back. At least on this one, I'll be really comfortable for the first, let's assume, 30 minutes to 1 hour driving, so it will be fun. At the front, we have leather seats, heated function, and electric adjustment. Let's get in and see how it goes. All right. At the front seat, we get a nice leather-wrapped steering. You'll see the bronze stitchings, bronze colors around the door, around the dashboard. In front of us, we have a 12.3-inch digital display, so that shows all your driving information, assistant packages, everything. And then we have a 15-inch big screen for your music, for your navigation, things like that. Underneath, wireless charging pad, gear selector, full drive or all drive selection. All of these come with a full motion as standard. Small cup holders and OK size storage, plus 2 more storage on the side for your information. So overall, the fit and finish is actually really good compared to the last generation. There are some things similar to a Ford, let's say indicator, or basically the screen and gear selector, but there are also a lot of Volkswagen language and design available on this vehicle. Along with that, this vehicle also have standard reverse camera, so that's 360 view for you, and help with the trailer parking, help with the parking guidance, everything like that. Alright, that's pretty much all about the walk around. Let's get it on the road. Alright, first thing I have to say, I do not like this gear selector. This is the gear selector from the Ford vehicles or Ford, so the similar chassis, because they share a lot of platform here and there. This is a little bit confusing to use when you go into park, reverse, neutral, things like that. I do not like this. I have to say that before we get started. Other than that, the power is quite good when you start driving. The V6 is just so effortlessly around the corner. Look at that, the power is just so easy to drive. It's very powerful. So in terms of powertrain, these come with a 3-liter turbocharged diesel engine, and that offers 184 kilowatts of power and 600 Newton meters torque. So very good amount of torque available. Powering that is a 10-speed gearbox. Obviously that's automatic, and you do not find the gear change, or you do not even notice the gear change in most cases. Driving around town, just effortlessly. The gear shift, everything's very smooth. You don't really notice much of a big change. And visibility, really good. The large wing mirror definitely helps a lot. It's very square-ish, very wide. It goes out quite deep. Imagine if you tow a trailer or something like that, these will help so much. And the rear glass is big. On the side, A-pillar, C-pillar is all minimum. So looking around the car, no problem at all with the visibility. In terms of acceleration, this goes pretty good. The transmission, I do not think this is as responsive as the last 8-speed transmission that was done by Volkswagen themselves on the last generation, but I think this is still a really good transmission in terms of drivability, in terms of towing, in terms of efficiency as well. And looking around this sort of rough seal surface, it's pretty good. We are going to have a small teeny bumps here and there. You will feel them when you start driving. The suspension is going to be like a Ford Ranger, so it's not like the last generation Amarok anymore, but it's not a bad thing. The overall performance and the overall handling is all totally okay, acceptable for the price of the power. The suspension itself is relatively comfortable. This one has the 8 all-terrain tires, so they are a little bit rough on certain seals, but obviously it's going to help with the off-road certain things, certain categories. And brake, responsive. It's surprisingly very quiet in the cabin. Most things I hear is a little bit more engine noise plus the wind noise here and there. We are slowing down to... we have no one behind us. Let's quickly test the acceleration. Certainly not bad as some people think. Certainly pretty good for ute like this. And the V6 drivetrain is definitely very powerful. This will be able to tow up to 3.5 tons on the towing capacity. So for New Zealand, this is good enough for most people. Let's test another one. The first gear change, there is some hesitation when you put the foot down. Apart from that, it's reasonably smooth. And you can feel the steering's on the heavy side of the steering handling. So it's really solid on surface like this. I do like the full digital instrument, which is something never available on the last generation. I do like the full dashboard as well, so that helps with the navigation information like that. It's relatively easy to use. There are good amount of features. There are tons of informations that you can use or you can personalize, but overall fit and finish really well. Let's go through these corners and see how the Amarok perform. Nice. You can see it handles it really well for whatever it is. Let's try this again. Another one. Handles well. So even for big ute like this, I can push on the corner with very minimal body roll. I do find the seats are very supportive, hugs me really well around these corners. There we go. Certainly good. Another one. Look at that. It's pretty easy. I think it handles really well. Like all the other Volkswagen vehicles, I do think the handling of pretty much all Volkswagen vehicles are relatively good. They still handles like a car instead of a big ute or big truck, something to speak. on that part is definitely done very well. So although it shares the drivetrain, shares the chassis, like the Ford Ranger, Volkswagen has did their own things to this vehicle, and one part being the handling part. I do appreciate that still maintain the old handling compared to the last generation Amarok, and that's really good job. Last one here, still look at that. There's no like body roll, there's no understeer, not much understeer available, so very decent for the handling part. And the power, let's try last one before we go back to the speed zone. So this time we're gonna slow down to 25 and gently press all the way down. Good amount of power for sure. And here let's test the brake. Not bad at all. So no issue on the brake performance and acceleration for sure. And this is definitely one good reason why you want to get the V6. The big motor, big power, more torque, more towing capacity, things like that. More capability, of course, if you do decide to go off-road. And here are some of the things I really like about the new Amarok. First thing is the technologies. Although it has come with like decent amount of technology, just like a standard, you know, family car, things like that, with adaptive cruise control, blind spot detection, 360 camera, pre-collision warning, all those things, you have to realize on the last generation, most of this stuff was never available. So I definitely appreciate that, adding that to the fact that the vehicle and being very similar price compared to the last generation, with all those tags, this is definitely very well appreciated. Second thing, I do love all the adjustments for your infotainment, things like that. There are so much things you can do to personalize all the things, all the way from central locking, from your lighting, from your welcome, from your key assignment, things like that. You can personalize so many things about this navigation or unit available. If you do wish to know more about the entertainment unit, I will post a video about that, so we can all learn through that video. It will be on my channel in the future. Another thing I really love is the rear seats. I hate to say this, but the last generation Amarok, the rear seats are very badly designed or very uncomfortable. First thing is the seats really sit straight up, so you get no sort of body sort of connection, or very bad ergonomics. I'm not saying the last Amarok is bad, but anyway, and you don't get much leg room. You just feels like really short-legged in those trips, where this one very good. I can sit at the back very comfortably without any big troubles here and there, so that's definitely a good thing. Plus, on the new Amarok, you are getting a good protection. On the last one, a lot of people complained about, you know, child protection, airbags, things like that on the early production models of the Amarok. Now these ones has no problem. You are getting multiple airbags around the car, including the rear side airbags, so you have good amount of protection. And next thing I really like is the handling on these new Amarok. It handles like a car. The steering feels like just a standard Volkswagen Tiguan. When you go around the corner, you're not gonna have big trouble handling like this. It just handles like a car. You don't get much of a body roll like a big ute or big truck, things like that. That's definitely a good thing. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the channel, I hope you enjoyed the content. If you do not forget to subscribe and like for more contents like this in the future. If you're looking to purchase one in New Zealand, or specifically around Auckland, make sure you contact us at Ambient MG. We are the authorized dealer for Volkswagen, Kia, Nissan and MG vehicles. I'll leave a link down below. As always, I will see you next video. Thank you very much for watching.